Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from Kateel Ashok Pai Memorial College, Shimoga, Karnataka. Welcome to the National Conference on Artificial Intelligence, Interdisciplinarity, and the Future of Higher Education, jointly organized by Manasa Center for Cultural Studies, Kateel Ashok Pai Memorial College, in association with Kuvempu University. As a curtain raiser for the conference, we are honored to present the pre-conference workshop on ethical use of AI tools and strategies for enhancing research visibility. To formally start off the program, I request Ms. Sharanya and team to present a prayer song.
ಎಲ್ಲರನೋವನು ಬಲ್ಲವನಾದರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವೆ ನೀನು ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ನೋವನು ಬಲ್ಲವನಾದರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವೆ ನೀನು ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ನೋವನು ಬಲ್ಲವನಾದರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವೆ ನೀನು ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಭವಿಲ್ಲದ ಉಪಕಾರವೇ ಸುಖವು ಲೋಭವಿಲ್ಲದ ಉಪಕಾರವೇ ಸುಖವು ಗರ್ವವು ಬರದಿರೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ನೋವನು ಬಲ್ಲವನಾದರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವೆ ನೀನು ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಗಾಗರೆ ಮಾಮಗ ಪಾಪ ಸಾಸ ಸಗಾಗರೆ ಮಾಮ ನಿಸನಿದ ಪ ಸಗಾಗರೆ ಮಾಮಗ ಪಾಪ ಸಾಸ ಸಗಾಗರೆ ಮಾಮ ನಿಸನಿದ ಪ ಗಮ ಪದ ಪದ ನಿನಿದ ಸನಿದ ಪಾಪ ಗಮ ಪದ ಪದ ನಿನಿದ ನಿದ ನಿಸ ಸಮಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ದುರಾಸೆಯು ನೀಗಲಿ ವನಿತೆಗೆ ಅಭಯದ ನೆರಳಿರಲಿ ಸಮಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ದುರಾಸೆಯು ನೀಗಲಿ ವನಿತೆಗೆ ಅಭಯದ ನೆರಳಿರಲಿ ಸುಳ್ಳಿನ ರುಚಿಯನೆ ಅರಿಯದ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಪರಧನವನ್ನು ಬೇಡನಲಿ ಸುಳ್ಳಿನ ರುಚಿಯನೆ ಅರಿಯದ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಪರಧನವನ್ನು ಬೇಡನಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ನೋವನು ಬಲ್ಲವನಾದರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುವೆ ನೀನು ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಭವಿಲ್ಲದ ಉಪಕಾರವೇ ಸುಖವು ಲೋಭವಿಲ್ಲದ ಉಪಕಾರವೇ ಸುಖವು ಗರ್ವವು ಬರದಿರೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ
And IQAC at Tumkur University. Dr. Sampath Kumar's career is a testament of his unwavering commitment to advancing education, research, and the development of library and information science in India. He has also contributed to the global academic community by presenting papers at international conferences in Dubai, Bangkok, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Sri Lanka. In today's world of AI, no, probably in Karnataka, we would not find a better person to educate us with the ethical use of AI tools and
the philosophy, the frames of thought behind it, so that we can understand the way it is impacting on every domain of our life. We thought that this is essential to us because, as history has taught us, technology cannot be reversed. The best we can do is to learn to live with it and make use of the benefits that it can offer, and maybe be a little cautious also about maybe some of the things we do not expect from technological developments. So the whole purpose is to introduce the participants and also generate a very engaged discussion among all participants will be joining online and offline during those 2 days. But this requires some kind of a preparation on our part, mainly because of the enormously complex developments which have happened in the field of artificial intelligence. We need to know probably the roots of the very thought of creating artificial intelligence, the major contributions made by the philosophers to it, and most importantly, from the point of view of our major national conference, we want to know how all disciplines of knowledge, all forms of knowledge today have been made to reformulate themselves under the impact of artificial intelligence. So we thought that as a preparation to participate in this national conference, we need to revisit the foundations and the fundamentals of AI and also address some very important questions like the ethics of our engagement with AI, and then how do we use AI not just as a research tool, but going beyond that, reaching down to the very foundations of what knowledge is and what research is, and how do we create knowledge. And therefore, as Dr. Archana was telling you, we thought that it's only our friend for a long period, Dr. Sampath Kumar, who can do justice to these issues. We are very happy that he has agreed to conduct the 2 day workshop for the benefit of the faculty, the students, the researchers, and those who are planning to participate in the national conference. So, with these words, I express my gratitude to Dr. Sampath Kumar, who will be engaging you with a very meaningful and significant dialogue on artificial intelligence. Thank you. Let's look forward to listening to Dr. Sampath Kumar.
Shall I start, sir?
I think you can.
Shall I start now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, over to you, sir.
Okay. Sir, thank you so much. Very good evening to everyone. At the outset, I consider it's my great privilege and honor to be part of this pre-conference workshop. A couple of weeks back, Professor Rajendra Chennai, sir, called me over the phone and he requested to deliver two very unique lectures. One is on research visibility. That's most important for research scholar, how to make visible to his own research articles. And also he told me to speak on use of AI tools in academic research. I happily agreed. I was truly delighted to accept the invitation because I know Professor Rajan Chennai sir since my student days at Kumar University. I know very well. He has always been a voracious reader, a serious researcher, of course, a seasoned English teacher with more than 4 decades of experience at Kumar University. Even today, I remember I used to sit in the library for more than 5 to 6 hours, either in the reference section, deeply immersed in the books, or in the librarian's chamber. Dr. Ramakrishna Gowda was the librarian of our university. I used to see him only these two space in the library. Of course, I know very well the Kumar University has its own legacy and magnanimity because many luminaries and stalwarts like Professor Rajendra Chennai sir, or maybe Professor Tinam Shankarnaya from Kannada, Professor Bhagyavadi from mathematics, and Srikant Kodige from Kannada also, and Professor Lakappagoda, and many more have left their footprints on the campus. Sir, today I feel that the spirit of that period has somewhat declined in recent years on the campus. I don't know about you because I am feeling the curiosity, the zeal that you had at that time, probably it is not there today in the faculty members of today, where they are working. Sir, I sincerely thank you for this invitation. I was pleased to reconnect with you after such a long time and feel truly honored to be here as a resource person to deliver two lectures. One is on research visibility, and later tomorrow I will speak on how to use AI tools, and moreover, how to use AI tools ethically. That's more important, as you mentioned. So with this brief introduction about the topic, let me jump into the topic. So shall I share the screen? I think you have given permission to share the screen now. Yes, I will share the screen. Key to the articles that you have published. For that reason, you cannot get more citations or more visibility for your article. So for a resource scholar, it is very important, and more it is a responsibility of the resource scholar to make visibility to his own research articles using various academic social networking sites. So keeping in this view, today I will be speaking on this particular topic, research visibility, why it is needed, and how to enhance the visibility of the articles that a research scholar has published. Before that, let me speak very few words about the research. I think all of you know very well, a research is a creation of new knowledge or fact, or moreover, the main objective, the main intention behind doing research is to enhance the stock of existing knowledge. So that is the main objective or intention behind doing the research. So why the research is very important for institution? Of course, you know very well, to boost its reputation as well as visibility, and moreover to get more funding from various funding agencies, and to have enhanced quality of education, we need to do research. And moreover, the research enhances the education as well as faculty quality, and moreover to get good grade, maybe from the NAC, it must be NAAC, NAC, or NIRF. So you need to do research in a university to have good reputation, or to get good fund, or to enhance the quality, and also to have more visibility. And probably you know very well, to get good grade from NAC or NF, we need to do good research. Before speak about the research visibility, let me speak a few words about the NIRF. As you know very well, this NIRF was approved by MHRD and launched in the year 2015. It's a methodology to rank the institutions or the colleges or maybe universities across the country. In order to rank the institutions, they adopted 5 parameters. One is teaching, learning and resources. This is the first parameter. Research and professional practices is the second parameter. Graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and the perception. So these are the 5 parameters normally used by NIRF. So when it comes to the first parameter, that is called teaching, learning and research, it carries 30 weightages. It includes student strength, including doctoral students, as well as faculty student ratio. So which institution has good strength and which institution has good faculty student ratio, probably it may get more marks in this category because it carries around 30 marks. The second parameter is research and professional practices, that carries nearly 30 marks. It includes combined metric for publications and combined metric for quality publications. That's very important. Recently, what has happened, most of the faculty started to publish articles in junk journals. Even though it is a good piece of research work, but it was published in a junk or low-rated substandard, and predatory journals. Probably when you publish good number of articles in such substandard journals, you cannot get more marks. That's why they have clearly mentioned combined metric for quality publications. You need to publish good number of articles in good journal. That's very important. So this is second criteria they normally consider to assess the quality of an education institution or maybe university. The third one is graduation outcomes that carries 20 marks, metric for university examinations, as well as metric for number of PhD students graduated. So that carries only 20 marks. And fourth one is outreach and inclusivity. It includes percentage of students from other states or maybe from other countries, percentage of women students, economically and socially challenged students. So these are the sub items included in this parameter. And last one is the peer perception, academic peers and employers. So like this, out of 5 parameters, as you can see on the screen, the first one, teaching, learning, resources, as the research and professional practice will carry more marks. There is 16 marks. So based on that, probably an institution get more score or good grade in NIRF or maybe in the NAC. And look at this particular graph. Last year, in 2025, the NIRF ranking was announced. So out of thousands of institutions across the country, so these are the top 10 institutions in India. Probably the IAS is the first because it has scored around 85.05. JNU, okay, Manipal Academy, Jamia Millia, University of Delhi, Banaras University, Jadavpur, as well as AMU, Aligarh Muslims. So out of thousands of institutes, these are the top 10 institutions or universities in the country. The main reason is these institutes, the faculty members, those working in these institutions have done good job. I mean, especially related to teaching and research. So because of these two, the institutions might have got good score in the NIRF. I will show it later why these institutions have been ranked in the top 10. Okay. When it comes to Karnataka, so probably you can see on the screen. So hardly you can see 10 institutions have been ranked within 100, including IISc, Manipal, JSS, Jain, Christ, Bangalore, as well as Mysore, NITE, University of Agricultural Sciences. Only these institutions have been included in NIRF. The main reason is only because the faculty members have done a good job related to the research and probably the teaching methods they have adapted may be good. Okay, let's see the graph. So as you have seen earlier, a couple of minutes back, I have shown the IASC has got the first place among all the institutions or universities. Why it has got first place? When you look at the graph in the green color, so that green color refers to the research and quality publications. Since the faculty members and research scholars or the scientists who are working there have published good number of articles in highly reputed journals or peer-reviewed journals, that would be one of the reasons behind getting the first place in the NIRF. When it comes to Mysore, even though it's a 100 years old university, it has got 71 place because it has got very less marks compared to IASC. It's very clear that which institution, which university, which college has focused more on the research, probably that institution or a college will get more marks in NIRF or maybe in the rank, maybe in the NAC. It's very clear because IASC is in the first place because the research outcome or the number of publications they have produced maybe more, and moreover they have produced more number of research papers in highly reputed journals. Whereas our university like University of Mysore or maybe Bangalore, they also publish a good number of journals. May not be, when we compare to the IASC, they might have not published a good number of articles in highly reputed journals when it compares to the IASC. Okay, and later when it comes to the colleges ranking, India ranking 2025 college category. So these are the top 10 colleges in India. Okay, see, I feel very bad to inform you that no one college from Karnataka has been listed in top 10 because we used to say Karnataka is an education hub. Bangalore is a silicon city, Bangalore is a garden city, Bangalore is full of colleges. But where they have gone, so out of 100 colleges listed in NF, there is no one college in top 10 ranking. So probably when you see at the side, Hindu College has got the first place. It has scored nearly 84.01, and Miranda College 83, And PSG College of Arts and Science, it has got 10th place 73.15. Once again, the reason is that though here the Hindu college has scored more marks only in the research category, whereas the St. Joseph College of Commerce, it has got very less marks in research category. Probably it's very clear that which college, which institution, or which university has focused more on the quality publications, probably that institution or college may get good score in NIRF. That's why the lesson is that we need to do good research. We need to publish good piece of research in a highly reputed or peer-reviewed journals. Later, we need to make more visibility for our research articles. So probably we are not doing same. That's why our institutions, including Tumku University or maybe Kuvempu University or maybe any other institution, they are not getting good score in NIRF. So where do we fail? Fail to carry out the quality research. Recently, what has happened, as Chinese sir told, we are going to use AI tools without any ethics. Simply we know well, Control A, Control C, Control V, because most of the research scholars know very well about these three operations: how to copy, how to select, and how to paste. Simply use the AI tools, rephrase the paragraph, and send it to someone. It may be published. So where is the originality? There is no originality. That's why we have forgotten about the quality research. That's why we need to focus on quality research and fail to identify and publish research papers in scholarly journals. Okay, we need to publish in many subjects. There are a good number of quality journals, scholarly journals. We need to identify, and we need to publish our research articles only in such scholarly journals. And also we started to publish articles in predatory. That's what I told. Predatory journals are the journals, they get money from the authors to publish our own content. Simply paying money to someone and publishing the article has no meaning at all, because the predatory publishers never focus on the quality of the article. They never tune the article which you have submitted. Simply they get the money from you and they may publish. So recently what has happened, most of the faculty and budding research scholars, they started to publish the articles in such a predatory journals, and we fail to enhance the visibility of the articles. So this is very important. That's why today I will tell you how to enhance, how to augment the visibility of our own articles using various academic, social, networking sites. Okay, so I will tell you, behold the final resting place of knowledge. No one will ever read the fate of PhD and master's dissertations lovingly dumped outside the university like this. That's why simply my students will carry out the research. At the end of the day, they submit the research report and they will submit to the university. Soon after they submit the report, probably they will be dumped like this. The reason is the research report has no quality. Unless we publish an article in some journals, it may not be visible to others. It may not be visible to scholarly community. So as a faculty, as research scholars, we have more responsibility. Our job is not only to produce the number of theses, number of projects. Those projects, those theses must be converted into scholarly articles. So this is the failure what we have seen recently on the campus. So with this background, let us understand what exactly research visibility. So research visibility refers to how well the scholarly articles of a research scholar or maybe a faculty or maybe a scientist are visible to the scholarly community. Many times the faculty or the even research scholar ask me, sir, even though I have published a good number of articles in journals, why I have not received any citations? See, if you want to get citations, your articles must be visible to them. They must see where you have published. They must know how you have published. They must be in a position to download the articles. So when we have allowed your articles to download by others, then only they can cite it. So what we have to do, we have to enhance the visibility. So visibility refers to how well the articles or scholarly articles of a research scholar or faculty or maybe a scientist are visible to the scholarly community. Or we can say to what extent the research articles are noticed by the research scholars in the scholarly world. That refers to the research visibility. So being a research scholar, what we need to do, we have very important two responsibilities. One is we have to do good research. Later, we have to publish the good piece of research in good journals. Later, we have to enhance the visibility of the articles. Okay. And moreover, if your research articles are visible and accessible to others, then what will happen? The chances of downloading the articles will be very high. The chance of reading your article will be very high. Citing articles will be very high. So your own reputation and success in academic work will be very, very high. So we need to enhance the visibility of the article. Okay, I will take an example. Manufacturing and advertising. So I will take an example of Boost. Boost is the secret of my energy. Who told? Probably many celebrities have told. Sachin told. Boost is the secret of my energy. Later, Kohli and Dhoni also told the same slogan. So because of the advertisement, the Boost has become more popular. Had they simply manufactured the product and they have kept in the shop, it would have not become more popular. Because they started to give more advertisements. Because of the advertisements, the people easily identify the product they used to consume. So even if you take your kid to a medical shop or another shop, what they will do, your kid may ask you, Papa, I want to get the Boost, because the kid doesn't know what is there in the Boost. He doesn't know what are the ingredients. But one thing is, the Boost was advertised by Kohli. The Boost was advertised by Sachin or maybe Dhoni. Because of that reason, he wanted to buy that product. So similarly, what we need to do, simply producing the articles is not our work. We need to advertise. We need to promote. We need to give more visibility to the articles. Then only our article will be cited. Because many times I have told, recently one professor came to my chamber. He asked me, Dr. Sampath, I published around 150 articles, but out of which I got hardly 10 to 15 suggestions what to do. The main reason is he has published a good number of articles, around 150 plus. But meanwhile, what he has not done, he has not created the profiles in various academic social networking sites, maybe Google Scholar, maybe Pen Profile, maybe ResearchGate, so that his articles are not visible to others. Since his articles are not visible, probably those articles are not seen by the academic world and they have not downloaded by the peers and they have not cited. So I told him, sir, better to make visibility to your own articles. Create the Google Scholar profile, create the ResearchGate profile, create the Pen profile, or you can create your own website. You keep the metadata of the articles in such platform. When you keep such data in the platforms, probably the people can see and they can cite your article. So that's very important. Always we have to learn many things from these advertisements. So being a research scholars, being a faculty, what we have to do, simply producing the articles is not our job. We have to enhance the visibility of our own articles. That's what the Boost company has made. Because the Sachin Tendulkar has given advertisements, because of that, the Boost will become more popular. Even today, Kohli also giving the advertisement for the Boost. Because of that reason, the Boost has become more popular among the people. So publishing versus promoting, publish and later you need to promote. Okay. Let us see what why we need to have research visibility. What's necessity? One thing is to increase the academic identity. In the academic world, each and every researcher, each and every faculty has its own identity. So academic identity can be defined as the distinguishing character or personality of an author or individual with respect to academic achievements. So those who have achieved more in the academic world, probably they will have more academic identity. So if the research visibility is high, very high, it shows that his academic identity is more. So those who have more academic identity, probably they may get more research visibility. So that's why in order to increase the academic identity, we need to have more research visibility. And another reason for having the research visibility is that to establish the expertise. As a potential author, as a potential research scholar, we need to establish our expertise with others. For that, we need visibility of our own articles. So to establish your own expertise, you need to enhance the visibility of your research work. If you publish an article, why can't you keep it in Facebook? Why can't you keep it in the Twitter? Why can't you share 2 to 3 minutes video in the YouTube? Many times what will happen, simply we publish an article in a good journal, maybe in Oxford, Cambridge, or maybe in Emerald, or maybe Sage, John Wiley. then we never try our level best to make a 2 to 3 minutes of video about the research paper, and we never publish in YouTube. So what will happen? Nobody will notice that you have done a good job. So once you publish an article in elsewhere, once you publish an article in Oxford Journal, what you have to do, you have to make a 2 to 3 minutes of video, and you have to upload the video in the YouTube so that the people can understand where you have published, how we have done the research like this. So we have done the same thing. I many times I told my own research scholars to make a video of their own research articles, and I request them to upload in the YouTube so that the people can see what he has done, so that his article will be cited somewhere, so that you can have more visibility of the articles and we can get more citations. And to have more potential collaborators and co-authors, we need to have visibility. To do collaborative work with others across the globe, we must have research visibility. To have a co-authorship with the scientists, faculty members, researchers of other institutions or other universities of other countries, we need to have more visibility. Okay, I will take an example. I want to publish an article with an author of another country. How it is possible? He has to read my articles. He can read my articles when they're visible to them. For example, I have published an article in Emerald Journal. So when I keep the data, when I keep the article in some academic social networking sites, he can see what Sampath Kumar has done, how he has done. Probably he may request me to become a co-author for next article. So this is how I can have a potential collaborations, and I can have more co-authors from different countries, from different institutions. For that reason, we need to have more visibility, and no need to say to become familiar personality, because you know very well the people will identify you based on your research, based on your research. The number of web pages retrieved on your name in a search engine speaks to the popularity of your research papers. So if you type your name in the Google Scholar, if you type your name in the ResearchGate, if you type your name in the Google, how many pages they received, that shows the popularity of the research scholar. If you have published good number of articles, probably you can get more number of sites in the Google Scholar. If you have published good number of articles in ResearchGate, probably they will get more number of hits in the ResearchGate. Okay, so when you make more visibility to your own research articles, probably you will become a good personality or a familiar personality in the academic world. If the articles are not made available on different academic social networking sites, there will be very less visibility. Okay, and another reason to have visibility is that to help budding scholars. So there is a good author, he has published a good number of articles. Unless he published his articles in good academic social networking sites, probably the budding scholar cannot see what a good scholar has done. So what we have to do, we need to share the research papers on social media. Your research experience, expertise will help them to do better research. As a senior teacher, as a senior research scholar, you need to help the budding research scholars by posting your own articles in various platforms, because somebody will notice your article when they are visible on different platforms. So as a research scholar, what you have to do, you need to publish good articles in a good journal. Later, you need to promote those articles in different platforms, so that directly or indirectly you are helping the budding scholars to download your articles. Probably they may follow you, how we have done, how we have conducted the experiment, how we have made a survey, how we have formatted the hypothesis, how we have set the objectives. Maybe they will understand, they may use your own content, they may cite your articles. So directly you're helping the budding scholar to read your articles. And later, very importantly, to get more citations. Okay, that's what I told. In order to get more citations, your article must be visible on the social media. So there are two important terminology normally we use in the research. One is research productivity and citations. What exactly is research productivity? The number of articles an author has published, that is called research productivity. For example, in the beginning, someone has told that Sampath Kumar has published around 250 articles. Sampath Kumar research productivity is 250, because number of articles published in author refers to the research productivity. Unless you get more citations, the research productivity has no meaning at all, because the citation refers to number of times my articles are cited by others or used by others. So the productivity is very important. Later, citations are very important. How many times my articles are cited by others is very important than how many articles I have published. For example, a scientist X has published 10 articles cited by 1,000 times. Scientist Y has published 100 articles, nobody has cited. So here, I will tell you the scientist Y articles are not at a good and there is no quality in that. That's why nobody has cited. So here, it is very important. We need to have more citations compared to the productivity. Of course, I won't object you to have more productivity. Of course, you can, but citation must be always more than the productivity, because number of times my articles are cited by others is more important than the number of articles I have written. So when you make more visibility of your for your articles, you will get more citations. So research productivity refers to the quantity, citation refers to the quality of the articles. Of course, in order to get more H index, we need to have more visibility, or maybe to get more I-10 index, you need to have more visibility. Anyhow, you will get more citations when your articles are visible to academic world. That's what I told. Number of articles published by an author or faculty or research scholar refers to the productivity. Citation refers to number of times the citations are cited by other research scholars, scientists, or faculty members in their scholarly article. So citations plays a very important role to enhance the quality of the article. Okay, thanks to my research scholars. When I look at the Google Scholar, so far we have received around 3,354, means out of 250 articles, for my 250 articles, I have received around 3,600 plus. Across the globe, nearly 3,600 plus times, my articles are cited by others. So thanks to my research scholars, they have done a good job and they publish good articles in Emerald, Elsewhere, Sage, and Francis. And of course, recently they published an article in Elsewhere also. So due to that, I could receive more number of citations. So when you do quality research, when you publish good number of articles in highly peer-reviewed journals, and when we use various social media to promote our own articles, probably you can get more citations. Let us see how to increase the research visibility. As I told earlier, we need to do better research. That's very important, and publish articles in scholarly journals. And later, you need to publish articles in peer-reviewed open access journals. That's very important. In my own case, I will tell you, I used to get more number of citations when I publish an article in a peer-reviewed open access journals, because open access platform will provide an opportunity to a scholar to download my articles. When they get the articles, when they wanted to cite, probably my articles will be cited more and I will get more citations. So I request the budding scholars, you can also publish good number of articles in peer-reviewed open access journals, not in predatory journals. Please remember, don't publish your good content in such substandard predatory journals or junk journals. And we need to promote your research at conferences as well as seminars. Okay. And later, focus on the quality and sanctity of the research. Follow the research ethics. So that's very important. Recently, what has happened, most of the scholars have forgotten about the research ethics. Simply, they place as the content. They may publish the articles in different journals. They may fabricate the data. They may falsify the data. They may report the data which is not accurate before when they collect the data. So this is happening. There may be misinterpretation of data. Many times the people will do like this. So we need to follow research ethics. Thanks to UGC, recently it has introduced a wonderful paper, research ethics, publication research ethics, where any research scholar who has joined for the PhD has to compulsorily study that paper, publication research ethics. Okay, you may publish a number of articles, but they should not be treated only as numbers. Okay, that's why you always focus on the quality of the article, not quantity. Okay, and later you need to identify good journals. They're called a peer-reviewed journals. Articles are reviewed by the editorial board. Normally, I think Jenny know very well. It may be Oxford journals, or maybe a Nature, or maybe Elsewhere, or maybe Terran Francis, or maybe Sage. So these are the best publishers across the globe, where they never publish the articles as it is, because we know the pain behind publishing an article in such prestigious journals. They review the article, they always fine tune the article, they evaluate the content. Later, it may be accepted and published. The manuscript will be evaluated, revised, fine tuned before it gets published. So, which are the best journals? Maybe any journal indexed in the Scopus, or maybe Web of Science, or journal with high impact factor will be considered as good journals. Recently, the UGC K list has been discontinued. Anyhow, whatever the journals included in UGC K list can also be considered to publish our articles. So when you publish good number of articles in such scholarly journals, you will have more visibility. For example, if I publish an article in a local journal, only local people will read, only local people can download, only the people in a particular city or maybe a state can cite my article. If I publish an article in a global level journals like Emerald or maybe Sage, Oxford, Cambridge, or Harvard Francis, or maybe elsewhere, across the globe, the people can see and they can cite, they can download, they can share, they can comment on that, so that my visibility will be very, very high. So in order to enhance the visibility, always we need to publish the articles in scholarly journals. Okay. So I will tell you, probably you can see on the screen. So this is the manuscript as submitted to a scholarly journal. As I told earlier, once you submit an article to a scholarly journal, they never accept as it is. We know the pain behind publishing an article in a scholarly journal. It may take around 6 months sometimes 3 years, which has taken 3 years to publish. They will focus more on the quality. Anyhow, this is the manuscript submitted to a scholarly journal. When it is published, so what will be the shape of the car? Actually, it's not a car, it's a article. After peer review and revision, the shape of the manuscript will be augmented, will be enhanced. The main reason is the editor will take care of your article. The reviewers will fine tune the article. They will polish the article. They will evaluate the article. They will request you to revise the article many times. So once you revise the articles again and again, probably it will be polished. It will be fine tuned. It will be augmented. The quality will be enhanced. So once it is published in a scholarly journal, probably you never imagine it's my own article. In such a way, the whole article will be changed. So in order to have more visibility, it is your responsibility to publish your articles in such scholarly journals. Okay? And later, you need to popularize the research articles on social networking sites. Many times I've told in different platforms, Facebook is a wonderful platform for we people to showcase, or maybe weddings ceremony, or some occasions we are going to share the photos of other occasions. That should not be. Of course, I too agree you can share. But as a research scholar, what you have to do, once your article is published in a good journal, why can't you share the metadata of the article in a Facebook so that the people can see, oh, this person from this institution has published an article in such a journal. So they may comment on that. You are going to create visibility of your own article. So we need to popularize the research article on social networking sites. You need to create the profiles in various ASNS, and we need to share the research data and academic social networking sites. But one condition is that if your article is published in open access, you have a liberty, you have a freedom to publish or to upload the full text of your article in such media, social media. If it is published in a proprietary journal, like Elsewhere, or maybe Emerald, or maybe Sage, or some other journals, probably the copyright is with the publisher. You may not have a liberty or freedom to upload the full text. Then what you can do, you can upload only the metadata. Metadata means what? The title of the article, the authors, and the journal name, and pagination and year. If anybody requests you, you can send it by mail. So this is how you can share. But one thing is, you should not upload the full text of the article if it is published by a proprietary journal. But one thing is, you have a liberty and you have freedom to upload open access journals, that we can do that. Okay. And never publish any article in predatory journals, because you will get very less visibility. Probably you will get more, what we can say, bad remarks in the academic world. So predatory journals take processing or publishing fee and publish articles without providing peer review or editing service. So probably many times I've told, when you submit an article to a predatory or substandard or junk, they simply look at the money you're going to send for them. They never look at the quality hidden in the article. So don't publish article in such predatory journals. Instead of having more visibility, probably will have more negative credits when you publish an article in such predatory journals. So how to identify those? Probably those journals will give more advertisements. Probably most of you might have received a mail stating that please submit the article to our journal. It will be published soon, maybe within 24 hours, within 72 hours. They may promise you that your article published within 24 hours when you pay around 2,400 rupees. So please don't trust such journals because they are going to give more advertisements. And always the printed journals will have a tag international. Probably a good journal need not to have a tag like international. The quality itself is international, and they are sending the mail to the authors and demand for article posting fee, and there will be no editorial board. So these are the typical signs of the predatory journals. And moreover, the website contain spelling and grammatical errors. Okay, manuscripts are requested to be submitted via email. There is no retraction policy. I will tell you about the retraction. Probably once when you submit an article to a journal, it will be rejected because of various reasons. The content or quality may not be up to the mark. That's why they may reject. This is called rejection. Let it be. But what is retraction? Once article is accepted and published, later the publisher realizes that the article is plagiarized. Then what they do? Simply they remove the articles, published articles from the list. So when they remove the published articles from the list, that is called the retraction. But these predatory journals have no retraction policy, and rapid publication is promised. See, you can see on the screen, a couple of days back, I was searching for a predatory journal, and I was so wondered to see the notification. Call for papers, important dates, submission last date throughout the year, acceptance status 24 hours. After this class, if you reach home, probably when you send an article during this class, when you reach home, probably the article may be published. Publication period 72 hours. So this is clearly a predatory journal. I request you, don't publish any article in such predatory journals. So contradictory to that, there are some good journals. Okay, like Emerald. I have my own experience. Probably 10 years back, I published an article in Emerald Journal, like Wayback Machine, Reincarnation to Vanished Online Citations. Really, I felt very happy to publish an article in Emerald. But see how many times it was revised. I submitted the article to Emerald on 23rd July 2013. It was revised by the editorial board on July 2014. Again, the referees requested me to revise the article on 29th November 2014. It was accepted on 24th February 2015. And you may not believe me if I say the article was published in 2016. Of course, they should not take 3 to 4 years to publish my article, but in spite of they have taken, one reason is always they look at the quality of the article. So please publish only articles in such journals to have more visibility. Because if you publish an article in Emerald, most of the people will cite your article. Most of the people will download your article. They may share your article. Indirectly, what you have done, you have made more visibility for your own articles by publishing articles in such journals. And as I told earlier, you can publish in peer-reviewed open access journals like DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journals is there. You can select some of the journals. You can try your level best to publish your article in such open access journals to have more visibility. Okay, and promote research at seminars and conferences. Okay, you can participate in the conferences. You can make a presentation on the subject or the article you have submitted to the conference, so that the people will identify how you have done, what you have done, so that in future they may cite your article. Share your new ideas, insights, thoughts with the learned colleagues. Probably they can ask you more from your side. And very importantly, you need to share the articles in social networking sites like Facebook, WhatsApp. Why can't you make your article as a DP? Because when you look at the DPs of the faculty or research scholar students, always we can see only the photos of the students or research scholars. Instead of that, as a serious research scholar, why can't you make your article as a DP? Many times we fail to make our own article as a DP. Okay, that should not be. So in order to have more visibility, you need to upload your article in the Facebook, WhatsApp, or maybe Twitter, maybe YouTube. That's what I told. Once our research scholars publish an article, I will force them to make a 2 to 3 minutes of video about the article, and I force them to upload to the YouTube, so that in the YouTube many people will see and they may follow us. They may cite your article. So when they cite, probably I will get more citations. I'm going to have more visibility. So this is how we have to do to have more research visibility. And I request all of you, because I came to know that most of the participants are students and faculty members, please create your own Google Scholar citation profile. Even today, we have done some projects. Recently, 1 year back, a student from our department has done a wonderful work on how many faculty members across the state in various colleges and universities have created Google Scholar profiles. Only 50 to 30% have created their Google Scholar profile. So really, I felt very bad. Unless you create your profile, you are unable to show what you have done. So Google Scholar is a popular way to showcase your papers, your articles, and the citations they have received. So Google Scholar also calculates the H index and IT index. And you can also use various ASNs like academia. Okay, ResearchGate is a wonderful platform for research scholars, researcher ID, pen profile, LinkedIn. Okay, and these are the ASNs made used to communicate with other learned colleagues, to collaborate on the research papers with researchers and scientists. Okay, so this is called ResearchGate. So I sincerely request all of you, please create your profile in the ResearchGate. Once you publish an article, you upload the article in the ResearchGate so that the people can see what you have done so far. Okay, I can show here. You can upload the public copies to the full text. Okay, we can store the private copies of your full text that are accessible to you and your co-authors, and you can share the private copies of your full text with others. So there is an option, upload. You can upload the full text of the public copies. That's what I told. If you have published an article in the open access, you can upload the full text and you can store the private copies. Okay, but you can share the private copies, but you cannot upload it. So this is how you can do. I can say, earlier we used Almara. Probably Chinese sir know very well. When he published an article in a scholarly journal or published in a book in the form of book, probably used to keep in the Almara. But that concept has gone now. Even when I was at Kumar University, I used to publish good number of articles in some journals. Once I publish an article, I used to take a Xerox copy of the article. I used to keep it in Almara. But nowadays, what we are doing, we have a digital Almara. So what is digital Almara? My ResearchGate profile is a digital Almara. See, out of 250 or 270 which I have published, maybe 233, you can see on the screen, 233 articles are stored in the ResearchGate. It is my digital Almara. Even if I go abroad, for example, I am in Singapore, I can download my articles. No need to request my research scholar to send it by mail, because somebody may ask me an article, please send the article to my email. I should not request my research scholar to take the copy of the article from Almara, scan it and send it to my email so that I can forward the same article to my colleague who have asked the article. So if I create a ResearchGate, it is like a digital Almara. You can download the article anywhere. So Almara have gone, digital Almara has come, so that I can keep all the articles in this digital Almara. Whenever I go, wherever I go, I can download my article. I can share the same article to others. So once you create your ResearchGate profile, you will have a digital Almara where all your articles will be there in the Almara. You can download, you can share, you can upload anything when you publish an article. So please make use of the ResearchGate, make use of the Google Scholar, make use of pen profile and other, so that you can share the articles, and for that you can get good number of articles. Okay, so here, see here, 233 research items have been uploaded. For that, I have got around 935 citations and 17 H-index. And whenever somebody asks me about the articles, I can share it. Okay, so this is called the ResearchGate. And moreover, we need to create the ArchID. So that's very important. It gives a way to reliably Okay, and permanently connect your names with your work throughout your research career. It includes publications, grants, education, employment, and other biographical information you need to have. So it's very important. Most of the time, what will happen? Only the scholars or faculty will publish the articles and they will keep the xerox copy of the articles in their file, but they fail to upload the same in different platforms. So unless we upload the articles in different platform, probably they are not visible to others, so that they cannot be downloaded. So these are the different avenues for the research scholars and faculty to upload the articles so that you can have more visibility in the scholarly world. Okay, and Vidwan is there, Oblon is there, Pen Profile is there, Academia, and a personal website is the best platform for a research scholar to showcase what he has done so far. Of course, I too have my own website. It's hardly, it needs hardly 1 or 2 days to create own website so that you can upload the articles which you have published. Our metadata article can be uploaded. Okay, so Vidwan is there. It is mainly used to upload the scholarly publications, the skills of the research scholar, accomplishments, research identity, his background, his contact address, and experience. So I request all of you to create the Vidwan profile so that the people will see who you are, what you have done, how you have done. Okay, and this is, and Publo is another platform you can also use to have the visibility. Like anybody can track your articles, anybody can verify, so that you can showcase their peer review and editorial contributions for academic journals. Okay, so this is the Publo's and this pen profile. So like this, there are n number of platforms you can use to upload the articles. Okay, and this is Academia. So with this, what I can say, it is currently 5 o'clock. Sir has clearly mentioned that it must be between 4 to 5 or 5:15. Okay, we need to good research work. That's very important. Probably many times what will happen, even though you have created various academic social networking sites and you have uploaded the articles, unless there's a quality, the people never download the article. The basic requirement to have more visibilities, we need to do good research. For example, I publish an article somewhere and I have created the profiles in various academic social networking sites and I have uploaded. The people never cite it unless unless the article has the quality. The basic necessity is that you need to do good research work. That's very important. Later, you need to publish quality research papers in scholarly journals. That's what I told. You should not select any local journals. Okay, in the beginning, I too agree. Normally, students, budding scholars, or young faculty may publish their articles in local journals. Later, they must publish articles in at least some reputed journals so that the visibility will be very high. And very importantly, if you have done the good research and publish a good piece of work in highly reputed journals, then it is your responsibility to increase the visibility of your work, research articles in academic social networking sites like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Pen Profile, Academia, Vidwan, and your own web page. So this is how you can enhance the visibility of your own articles. Otherwise, even though you have done a good job, you have done a good research, and you have published that good research in good journals, the people never see, they never cite, they never download, they never share. So when they won't share, probably your articles will not be cited. So that's very important. So the intention of this session is that you must enhance or augment the visibility by sharing your articles in such academic social networking. It's so easy. It is like almost creating a email. It may be ResearchGate, it may be Google Scholar. Simply if go on giving the details which is asked, automatically the profile will be created. Later you can start uploading the articles. But one thing you must remember, the full text article should not be uploaded in the ResearchGate. Only the articles publishing open access that can be uploaded, full text can be uploaded. But the articles published in a journal like Elsewhere, Emerald, Sage, or any other journals where the copyright lies with the publisher, In such a case, you can upload only the metadata of the article, maybe the author names, title of the article, name of the journal, including the year and other details. If anybody asks you to share the articles, you can send it by mail. So this is how you can do that. But please don't send or don't upload the full text if it is not published in a open access journals. So that's very important. So with this, I must thank all of you for your patience listening, and special thanks to Professor Rajendra Chandni sir for giving me a wonderful chance to showcase my ideas about the research visibility and how to enhance the research visibility and why we need to enhance the research visibility. So tomorrow what I will do, I will speak you about the use of AI tools in research, and also I will speak about ethical use of AI tools. Recently what has happened, we have forgotten the ethics. Simply we are copying the data, copying the content from different sources, and we may not give the proper credit to the original source, and we publish the articles. So that's called plagiarism. That should not happen. You can use AI tools ethically, and you can make use of various AI tools. But one thing is, you need to follow some ethics in that. So tomorrow at the same time, tomorrow from 4 to 5:15, what I will do, I will speak about what exactly AI tool and what are the different AI tools normally used in research work, and how to use various AI tools ethically. So these three components I will keep in my mind. Tomorrow I will tell you in detail about those issues tomorrow. Any queries were most welcome. We have around 10 minutes for discussion. I will feel very happy to interact with you if there are any queries and questions. So once again, thank you so much for your patience, and thanks to the organizers for giving me a chance to tell something about what exactly research visibility and how to enhance the research visibility. So thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. The viewers on our YouTube link could type out the question in the comment section and we could take them. But from us, sir, I also am a researcher over here, and we have a lot of students working over here. What is the status when we put the papers on academia.edu, sir? What exactly happens over there, and how is it different from the other databases?
Madam, these are called the academic social networking sites, mainly used to enhance the visibility. For example, recently I have published an article. If you simply publish an article, if you keep the xerox copy of the articles in the file, nobody can notice that you have published an article. The quality of the article lies on the number of times it has been cited by others. Okay, if you want to have more visibility, if you want to get more citations, then you need to post your articles in such a platform like maybe Academia, maybe ResearchGate, maybe Pen Profile, maybe Vidban, maybe OrchidID, maybe Google Scholar, so that the people across the globe can see what you have done, how you have done. They may download your article, they may cite your article. Indirectly, what you have done, you used to get more visibility for your articles. Otherwise, probably even though you have published a good number of articles, nobody will cite it. If nobody cite your article, so what is the necessity to publish an article? There will be a big question. That's why what we need to do is, once you publish an article, you need to post your article in such platform or academic social networking sites. So the people will cite your article and they will use your content in their own articles. Do you have a web profile in the Google Scholar?
Pardon, sir?
Do you have a profile in the Google Scholar?
Yes, sir.
Have you uploaded all the article details in the Google Scholar?
Yes, sir. Some of them get automatically fetched,
Yes.
and some manually, sir.
Yes. In case of Google ResearchGate, have you done?
Yes, sir. Similarly.
So just imagine, if you have not created any profiles in any academic social networking sites, probably you would have not got the citations what you have received so far.
True, sir. True.
That's why the intention behind this session is that as a scholar, as a faculty, as a student, they must publish a good number of articles. Meanwhile, they need to promote their own articles in different platforms. So these are the different avenues for us. Thanks to technology, earlier the ResearchGate was not there, Google Scholar was not there, but today we have an ample of technologies. Why can't we make use of those?
So one of the questions that we have got from our participants is that sometimes the journals ask us to sign a copyright. Once we sign the copyright, do we have the permission to upload on the other databases?
Yes, that's what I told. If the copyright is lies with the publishers, you cannot upload the full text. But what you can do, you can give the metadata of the article. For example, I have published an article in Emerald Journal. If I publish an article in Emerald, the copyright is with the publishers. But I can post only the metadata, means my name, co-author name, the journal name, the article name, the volume number, issue number, page initial, and year. If anybody requested me to share the article, they cannot download from the profile, but they can request me so that I can send the full text only by name, by mail. They cannot directly download the article, because normally when you publish an article in Emerald, the cost of the article will be around $30 to $40. Okay, if you upload the full text in your profile, what about their business? So the copyright is with them, then you cannot. But one thing is, you can upload only the bibliography details, maybe your name and author name, co-author name, journal, title of the article, and pagination. If somebody requested you in the ResearchGate, you can send it by mail, and don't allow them to download the full text from the profile itself.
That's really helpful information, sir. So these were the questions we had for today. And also to the viewers on the other end, if there are any questions, you could also message them to us and we could forward it to sir. And probably we can also take it up tomorrow. So other than that, I think, sir, we have answered the questions that we have received for today. And we look forward for your session tomorrow. So please let us know if there is any information that has to be given to the participants for tomorrow, sir, or is it that it is, do they have to do some homework is my question, sir.
If possible, why can't they create their Google Scholar profile but today evening? Because I know very well some budding scholars, even today, they have not created their own Google Scholar profile. They have not created their own ResearchGate profile. So I request them to please create the Google Scholar profile and try to upload all the articles so far you have published. Even if you have published one or two, let it be. Let them store in the Google Scholar so that it will be there forever. So tomorrow, probably if they want to give justice to this lecture, let them come with their Google profile. Let them say how many of them have created the Google profile or pen profile, or maybe other platform profiles.
Sure, sir. We will pass on the message to all the participants also, and probably also put across a link where they can learn how to create their Google Scholar profiles. That will be really helpful, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And it has really been an enriching experience because we are academicians, we are researchers, many of us who are also involved with administration. And right at the beginning, when you spoke about the NIRF and having no college from Karnataka at the top, that really struck a chord there. And this is something that we need to take seriously, especially when academia is going through a lot of crisis with AI. And people are really getting confused. What is real research and what is AI generated research? So we look forward for your session tomorrow, sir. Thank you very much for being with us.
I will tell you one thing. A couple of years back, a NAC committee visited our university. We submitted around 1,500 plus articles to the members of the committee. They scrutinized and they evaluated. They considered only 450 articles. So remaining were rejected by them because they were published in a substandard journals. So then we realized simply publishing an article in a journal is not at all good. We need to consider the quality of the journal. So this will happen. That's why we got around B plus grade from the NAC. So we need to realize ourselves where to publish and how to publish.
wake-up call for all the academicians here, sir. I really hope that all of us take the suggestions given by sir. Thank you very much for the wonderful session, sir. And dear participants, if there are more queries, you can definitely message them to us, or you can put it up on the YouTube comment section. Thank you very much, everyone who has been present in our meet today. We shall meet again tomorrow at the same time. Another different link, YouTube link will be sent to you. It will be sent both on your email and on your WhatsApp group. Kindly pay attention that today's link is not the same as tomorrow's link. It will be different. Hope to see all of you again tomorrow. Thank you very much and have an engaging time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you, sir.